Okay, slide number 13, cell cycle and cancer. And we've said the cell cycle, we were just talking for 13 minutes about regulation of the cell cycle. And we'd said it can come from within or from without. Now, a cancer basically is a result of an imbalance in these processes. We have processes that slow down cancers or cell divisions and processes that speed them up. And this is where basically the cells just divide. They say, we're not worried about all of that other stuff, whether or not we have corrupted DNA or whether we have growth factors present. It doesn't care. It just divides. And so they divide without end, and they're not concerned with things like contact inhibition like regular cells. So we have different kinds of cancers, and cancers of epithelial tissues are called carcinomas. Cancers of muscles and connective tissue are sarcomas. Leukemias are cancers of the blood. So we have all these different kinds of cancers. What is the development of a cancer is something we call carcinogenesis in the beginning. Yeah? And one of the things you might wonder, if you have a leukemia, you have a whole lot of blood cells. And usually it's the white blood cells that fight off disease. And if you know anything about leukemia, you know that people tend to die from infection. And you might think, well, they've got all of these extra blood cells, white blood cells. Why would that be a bad thing? Well, it ends up, those white blood cells don't do their job. So they do what they call they're DE differentiated. That means they might be supposed to be a white blood cell, but they don't do anything. All they do is consume food. They're hungry little buggers. So they don't do anything to help you out, help you survive life. And they often have messed up chromosomes, abnormal chromosomes. They don't undergo apoptosis. I said, when a cell is messed up at these checkpoints, it'll commit suicide. No. Cancer cells do not do this. And so as a result, you have all of these non-functioning cells that pile up on top of each other. That's a tumor. They pile up on top of each other, and if you're lucky, when a person is diagnosed with cancer, they say, oh, please, 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 I hope it's benign. So what does that mean? If it's benign, it means it's encapsulated in connective tissue. It's isolated from the rest of your body. So they can just cut that baby out and you're good. So that's what you hope for. Now, if it's malignant, it's not encapsulated. And so these cells are spreading to other tissues, and that's where it gets very serious. So when we get down here, we can see we have some pictures of a breast cancer. And now breast cancer is one of these cancers that if it's caught early, it's not that dangerous, right? They can just cut it out. Why? Because it's benign. It's enclosed in connective tissue. But if you look at slide number 16, you can see something really bad happening. So the benign tumor breaks out of its connective tissue capsule and becomes malignant, and it spreads. And what happens? It spreads into a part of your circulatory system, which is called the lymphatic system. It consists of blood. It's a type of blood vessel. And when you say blood vessel, that means it's to everything. And so breast cancers late-stage breast cancers can be very dangerous as a result of that. And we have, have some pictures, have a little x-ray here. We had said that sometimes you can interfere with the cancers or slow cancers by even treating them with hormones. So just sort of flip down. I think I'm at the last slide here. So the last one we're going to talk about is prevention of cancers. Now, what is it? Yeah, 30% of all cancers can be prevented by not smoking. Smoking contributes to a lot of our cancers. What's the other one? I don't smoke, but I do like to be out in the sun. And that's the other bad thing. So the other really bad thing is overexposure to sun. You can develop skin cancers, and there's one of those, a malignant melanoma, is incredibly dangerous and incredibly deadly. It spreads, becomes malignant very quickly. Other things, there are certain kinds of cancers associated with being a heavy drinker. Yeah, so you got to keep that in mind. Being overweight, got to keep that in mind. Try to have a healthy weight. If you increase foods that are rich in vitamin A and vitamin C, you're good. Fruits and vegetables can help prevent cancers. Broccoli, we always hear about the broccolis and the cabbages that a lot of people don't really like because it smells bad. I mean, I do like broccoli, but it does have a stink to it, let's face it. And then here's the worst, from my perspective anyway. Salt-cured foods. I love that stuff. They're really bad for you. So you shouldn't eat pickled or salt-cured foods. All right, so that's it for now. We're going to talk about this on Thursday and get ready to have another test. Yeah, hey, woohoo! Okay, see you guys later.